So you've seen the RCS perspective. Of course, many will know about RCS, but how is it going to evolve? I'd like to invite Koen to the stage, please. He's going to tell us a little bit about the future of SMS in terms of 4 and 5G and how that will evolve. I think this will be a good discussion. Thank you, Koen, for joining us.
Yeah, hello everybody. I would first like to thank Jason to allow me as a technical person to give me 5 minutes, no 15 minutes, to explain from a technical point of view how SMS indeed is evolving from 2G to 5G and explain a bit the acronyms who are there. We love to have acronyms and I like to a bit explain them in the next slides. But let's first let me introduce myself because it's the first time that I be here in Genesis, and I hope not the last time because I enjoy it very much. So I'm working at a company called Proximus. We are a company, the operator in Belgium, and I'm working there as a technical architect in the network business unit. And I survived the 2G to 5G, too fast, the 2G to 5G transition, and I love it because it's all a generation come with their own challenges, and as an architect, as a specialist in service platform on the core network side, there's a lot going on there. So on the company, Proximus has a long history, so it's coming from the legacy Belgacom, which we're almost 100 years old. And we evolved over the years, and I'm also already part of Proximus since 2000, so I'm celebrating my 25 years today. But you see that we are a multi-brand company, so we have several brands on the domestic market, but also on the international market, because indeed the Proximus group is having 2 legs. So you have a domestic leg. We are multi-brand, having some low-cost brands like Mobile Viking and Scarlet, and on the enterprise side, Proximus Next. But we are also now expanding into the international world. So you might know BICS as the company doing the roaming business, but we have also bought into CPaaS player, Route Mobile, an Indian company, and Telesign, an American company specialized in mobile identity. And I will explain a bit what our company, what our group is doing in the messaging business as well. But let's position a bit SMS as part of the messaging service. And you see that mobile communication services, and indeed, like Maite explained, it's mobile first. You can, in fact, categorize it into 2 types of communication service. You have the real-time communication service like voice, and there as well, you see that over the top are also entering the business there with Teams. And then you have the messaging business, which is mainly a store and forward mechanism, so SMS, MMS, RCS, email, and even indeed, like Maite explained, on the social media sector. And then you see, and you might have not heard about this acronym, the RTT, real-time text, which is in fact a messaging service which is more real-time, and that's what indeed in the European Accessibility Act for people with hearing disabilities, we are now working on to include RTT also in the voice real-time communication. Now, SMS is indeed very old. It's coming from in the 2G world, but in the standardization, you will see that SMS continues to play a role in the evolution from 2G to 3G. So what is indeed SMS on a functional level? You have a component in the network there, which is called the SMS center, which is storing the messages that you receive from the originator, and you deliver that to the recipient. So it's a store and format mechanism. And you see that SMS, although it's an old technology, continues to play a role in the evolution from 2G to 5G. And they took this into account in the standardization, where you see the different protocols that are used to deliver the message from the user equipment to the SMSC. And these protocols are used, is what is called the NAS, the non-access stratum, which is a protocol between the UE and the core network elements. And you see that the kind of delivery mechanism has been changing from a 2G, 3G world, where legacy devices were indeed using the SMS over NAS, but they keep on using the SMS over NAS also for the IoT type of devices, where they even 4G IoT device are using SMS over NAS. And then with the newer phones using Volte, who have an IMS stack, then you saw that SMS is being delivered over IMS. You see that also in 5G even, the SMS is being standardized using the HTTP protocol, which is used in the new 5G area, which is service-based interfaces. So this is in fact what is in the standards. You see new protocols with each generation, but in practice, what the operators have been implementing is maintaining the use of MOP even in the evolution from 2G to 5G. So you use, in fact, an old protocol for the legacy and the M2M devices to reach the SMSC. And for, of course, the newer, the smartphones, you use SMS over IMS. So this is, in fact, you see that for 4G, you even make use of legacy equipment, the 2G, 3G MSC, and that is a bit hindering the fact that mobile operators are wanting to replace or phase out, sunset the 2G, 3G network. So something needs to happen on the delivering methods, not being relying anymore on the legacy 2G, 3G systems. And that's where diameter comes in. So the diameter protocol can then be used to avoid having to use the 2G legacy network elements. But that solution is not being used very much in the industry yet. And that's why something is happening in the roaming. Something needs to happen to allow that companies, mobile operators, are able to outphase the complete their 2G, 3G network, not only the radio equipment, but also on the core network elements. And there are some solutions. So you see here in the roaming business, you have in between the UE that is roaming in another network. For SMS, you always use your SMS center from the home network. So you have some components in between, which are passing also via the international carrier. So you have these STPs, these DRAs, these SEP in between the visitor network and the home network. And there you see that indeed, if you would maintain using MOP there, we have the visited network still needs to make use of the 2G, 3G MSC, although on the radio side, they are wanting to sunset these technology. And that's where an international carrier can come with a certain interworking solution. If the home network, for instance, is still relying on the older protocol, on the MOP protocol to reach the SMSC, you have there an interworking function, a translator between the diameter and the SMS protocol. So allowing the visited network to completely outphase their 2G, 3G technology. So that's a first solution that an international carrier can deploy towards the visit network. The other one is relying indeed, if both visit and home network are supporting the diameter protocol. Most of the problems lie in the fact that the 4G network cannot produce the CDRs to make wholesale charging available for SMS delivery. And that's where a solution is there on the DRA to be able to generate CDRs to make wholesale billing available. So that's a bit how the sunsetting of 2G, 3G core network elements can be facilitated by deploying these intermediate interworking functions. Now, of course, we have talked about a lot of on API and how does SMS now relate to API, and that's related to the A2P business. So you have two types of SMS communication. You have the peer-to-peer, the person-to-person communication, and you have the application-to-person, which is in fact now called nowadays part of the communication platform as a service. And what we see is in fact, yeah, we as an operator, we are not bothered about the person-to-person anymore. It's becoming legacy, and we see in the trend that indeed peer-to-peer is declining and is taken over by WhatsApp and other RCS type of business. What we see here is the A2P business, A2P SMS is still growing, and that's where the money is, where the monetization is for in the A2P, in the SMS part. And you all know what A2P SMS is used for. You see these typical A2P messages with a short code and links in there that is used for a different type of solution, the appointment reminders, the one-time password type of things. So, and that's where the interest for an MNO is still in the A2P business, to where you still can earn money in proposing these A2P. And what you see in the A2P business is that there are new players coming there next to the CPaaS players, and that are offering the solution, the A2P solutions towards the enterprise. You have a new in the ecosystem, a new place for an aggregation and routing component, and where some companies are active in. So you see, you have players more in the local business, for local brands to communicate with their end user. Local brands, they have the interest to reach the complete market in Belgium, and that's where they don't want to be connected to the SMSC of all the operators. That's where you need some aggregation function to be able to know where a mobile number to which operator this is belonging, and to have the connectivity ready. On the global scale, on the global network, you also have international brands that want to reach worldwide, and there you see also an evolution where you see that Vonage has been, when it has been bought by Ericsson, they split up the company in a CPaaS business, Vonage, and Aduna being the aggregator part of the business. And that's where also Proximus Global is active in. So the international strategy of Proximus is in fact also around these three pillars. So you have the BICS component, which is all known as the connect part of business. The CPaaS route mobile is more the engaged part, and Telesign is on the protect for digital identity. And there we see the evolution from SMS one-time password to the silent authentication using the Camara API. So that's a bit what is the evolution and how we as a Proximus group are taking advantage of the evolution. So that's all.